So good morning everyone. Welcome to this session. So we will start up with the course that is web technology. So before starting up the course, let me introduce myself. So my name is Puneet. I am assistant professor in computer science and engineering department, East West College of Engineering, Yelahanka, Bengaluru. So I completed my undergraduation and post graduation from Basaveshwar Engineering College, Autonomous, Bagalkot. So I have an experience about 8 years. 2 years I had an experience in Maharashtra in LNBC IET Satara. So that is affiliated to Shivaji University, and 5+ years of experience in Hyderabad at Sri Datta Institute of Engineering and Science. And now I am I joined this institute more than 6 months. It happens more than 6 months. So I am presently working here as an assistant professor in CSE department. Right. Thank you. So I teach basically the technical subjects like C, C++, data structures, Java programming, advanced Java programming, web technologies, and etc. So and also I teach theory subjects like operating system, information security, computer organization, distributed systems, etc. I'm good with technical subjects. So as more possible, you can please grasp so much of technical skills from me. Okay. So today let us start up with the subject that is web technology. So this is for third year second sem course. Okay. So as that you all can see on the slide, web technology. Two words are there, web technology. So let us start understanding with these two words. So what is web and what do you mean by the word technology? Okay, right. So on the slide you can see on the screen you can see that web. So the term web is basically taken from the spider home. Okay, so it is named as a spider web. So it is used to trap a prey, that is to hunt for eating, for existence. Okay, so let us observe the different structurization in the figure. Okay, so you can see there are two or more webs that are interconnected with each other. Okay, through a minute thread or some complex thread formations. So which is that you can see in the form of some meaningful patterns. Okay, meaningful patterns. So this interconnection we can say it as a network. This interconnection between the different kinds of webs, we can say it as a network. So this is basically called as a web network. Okay, right. So you can see basically we can use the network to communicate between various people, or else you can say like a community or societies, either through handheld devices or computer systems. Okay, so handheld devices in the concern what, your mobile phones, any PDAs or anything else. Computer systems, you can have wide variety of computer systems like laptops, desktops, etc. So these devices may be connected through wire or maybe wireless connectivity. So further these networks can be classified into three more types. Okay, so first we can categorize as a LAN, that is a local area network. Second, we can categorize it as a MAN, that is a metropolitan area network. Third one, we can categorize it as a WAN, that is a wide area network. Okay, right. So let us take an example for each of these. So basically let me speak about our institute building, that is a connection between the computers in same laboratory, we can say as an example, or different laboratories, we can say as an example. Okay, this type of connection we can say it as a LAN. Or else another example we can say like in our campus we have two buildings. One is dedicated to diploma, one is dedicated to engineering, and we have sub parts within that. So connection between the diploma building and the engineering building, and some kind of connection. Okay, that connection we can also take as an example like a LAN connection, that is local area network connection, that is within the local area. Okay, this is the first type. Second type, metropolitan area network. So for metropolitan area network, we can take example like connection between our institute head office situated either somewhere in the core city of Bangalore and our institute head office which is situated in outskirts of Bangalore, like now we are in Yelahanka. So this type of connectivity, this we can say it as a metropolitan area network. So there is a huge gap like in the form of a kilometers. Okay, so the connectivity that we can experience between these two, so we can say it as a metropolitan area network, that is a MAN. Okay, for the third type, that is a wide area network, we can take a live example, that is what we are connecting between each other. So you are connecting with me and you are listening my class from wide variety distinct or different districts or places or states, and I am at somewhere in northern part of Karnataka in my home, which is almost like 400 kilometers far away from the Bangalore, and I am discussing about the subject with you all. So this is what a connection between you and me. This example we can take it like a wide area network. So this is one typical example. We can also go for somewhere a friend of you is in some other different country, like other foreign states. So he is having a connectivity with you either through an email or a video connectivity using different applications, web applications. Okay, that is also one of the example for a wide area network. So how these type of connections can be imagined, or how these type of connectivity can be designed, so that is what we will study in this subject. So basically these connections we can observe either in the form of wireless or wired. So there exists some technology basically that helps us to establish these networks or these network connections, so that what is the design we can say, that is a web design which will help us to have a connectivity. So this web design or technology help us to connect each other. So that is what we study in this subject. So how to create the technology, or how to design it, or say that how we can develop various applications to have a connectivity or communication with each other. That is what overall what we study in this subject. Okay, so this is what web design, right? So basically in the syllabus of your course in web technology and applications, we have these 5 modules. So first module is regarding the HTML, that is hypertext markup language. So in this we will study about what is HTML, its syntax, the structure of HTML document, a very quick tour on HTML elements. We will also introduce a little bit a part of cascading style sheets, syntax of how to use these style sheets, how to interact with different styles that we can observe in CSS. Okay, this all we will study in the first module. Second module, which is a bit continuation of the first module. Here in this module we will study about how to create a table. Okay, how to create a forms, how to style these tables, how to access the forms, that is form accessibility. We will also study about different layouts, different positioning of elements, different cascading style sheet frameworks, etc. in this second module. Okay, so let us go with the third module. So the third module is JavaScripting. So in this module we will understand about the JavaScripting. So this is an client side scripting, which means what, a client can design this. There is no involvement of any server, the server is not required. Okay, so it is a client side scripting. So here we will learn and understand what is JavaScript, what it can help us to do. Okay, we will understand its various design principles, syntax. Okay, JavaScript objects, different events, and we will also bit introduce about the server side development, that is what with PHP language. Okay, with the PHP language. PHP language is server side scripting language, wherein there is a requirement of involvement of server. Okay, there we need to create a, or we need to host a server, we need to create a server, then only I can say we can execute our files, or otherwise we can't execute it, as because it is a server side scripting. Okay, so PHP will help us to design these type of server side scriptings. Okay, so here also we will understand about PHP language basics. Okay, so we also see about what is server side development. We will just go with a quick tour on PHP programming controls and its various functions. So basically we will start with the Java scripting, that is the client side scripting, and we will end with the server side scripting by overviewing the PHP right language. So in module 4, that is PHP. So here in this module 4 we will go in depth and understand about more in detail about the PHP language. We will understand about PHP arrays, get and post methods. We will understand about the PHP classes, PHP objects. Okay, we will also understand about error handling, error it's validation. Okay, PHP error reporting. Even we will learn something about exception handling and all, etc. Okay, right. So next in the module number 5, it is the what we will understand about the web applications. So after understanding all about the client side scripting and server side scripting from the above modules, so in this module, in this fifth module, we start learning about the applications. We start learning about the web applications. We learn about how to pass the information via strings. We will also understand about how to pass the information via the URL path. That is, once I type any URL in the address bar, so how can I check out with various different websites how information is passed, that will be understand. We will understand about the cookies. We will understand about the web storage, caching. We will understand about advanced JavaScript a bit, and also we will understand about the jQuery. Okay, so we will also understand a bit part about the Ajax animations, different kind of animations what we can implement dynamically. MVC framework, we will also understand about the XML processing, that is validation. Okay, and various other web services. Okay, so this is all what we will observe in our syllabus. So first we will start with the HTML and we will end up with the web applications. So this is a huge package wherein you will be very perfect at the end of the day. After the completion of your syllabus, you can create your own front end for a particular, so you can become a web designer. Okay, right, fine. So that day will definitely come. Right, thank you. So before going with this syllabus in depth, what are actually the objectives we can observe, what a student can be able to do. Okay, so this course will enable a student to, that is the first thing, illustrate the semantic structure of HTML and CSS. So second thing is compose forms and tables using HTML and CSS. Student will be able to design client side programs using JavaScript and server side programs using PHP. Will be infer object oriented programming capabilities of PHP. Also, it will enable the students to examine JavaScript framework such as jQuery and Backbone. So some typical words are there like jQuery, Backbone. Okay, so everything we will go in very depth way to understand the things. No need to just get panic now, right now. Okay, right. So these are the various course objectives what will make the student. Okay, right. So what are the different course outcomes? So like what students will be able to do after learning each module or else after learning this course. So the student will be able to adopt HTML and CSS syntax and semantics to build the web pages. Okay, that is the first point. Second point is the student will be able to construct and visually format the tables and forms using HTML and CSS. So third point, student will be able to develop client side scripts using JavaScript and server side scripts using PHP to generate and display the contents dynamically. So I hope you know about some static nature or static behavior or some dynamic behavior. I hope you have learned about these two words, static and dynamic, in your previous semester with Java programming or else whatever the subject name was. So once you were learning about Java programming, I hope you came across the two words, static as well as dynamic. Okay, right. So fourth point, the student will be able to apprise the principles of object programming development using PHP. Okay, so last and the most, the student will be able to inspect JavaScript frameworks like jQuery and Backbone. So these facilitates a developer to focus on core features. Okay, so nowadays various different tools are available to make your website ready or ready made. Okay, so these tools at the back end will be creating the respective code for you, so that you can just with a click of a button you can create the websites. So that is not being observed at the core level once you go and join any company as a web developer. Okay, so at that time you need to design your own code. So to design your own code you need to understand the very basic things, like how to design, how these tags can be written, how this will help me to visualize the content in a very good way or very effective way on the website or else on the web page. Okay, so that's what we are understanding in the course, which is a course objective that will make the student will learn the things, and finally these course outcomes can be achievable at the end of the day. At the end of the day, fine. So the textbook that you need to read is Fundamentals of Web Development. So this is a mentioned textbook that is meant for you to study, and there are various other reference books that you can observe on the screen. Okay, Learning PHP, MySQL and JavaScript with jQuery, CSS and HTML5 is one of the reference book, first reference book. PHP and MySQL web development, that is the second reference book. Professional JavaScript for web developers, that is the third reference book, and the last one is JavaScript and jQuery, the missing manual. So this is one of the book that you need to refer for more understanding with your course. Okay, so even though there is no any lab for web technology, but while during the time once we do complete our module, so the related possible list of practicals we will do. Okay, so I will be there to guide you, like how to execute a particular code with respective knowledge. Okay, so with each module, after understanding or after getting the knowledge of each module, we will either go with one of these or these particular practical problems. Okay, so first one is write a JavaScript to design a simple calculator. Second one is write a JavaScript that calculate the squares of and cubes of the numbers between 0 to 10. So third one is JavaScript we are going to write to display the text. Okay, some text, and then once we will be providing some settings there to increase the font size or color. Okay, either from red color to blue color or something like that. Okay, so that is the third practical what we will do. Fourth one, we are going to develop and demonstrate a HTML file that also includes a JavaScript. So to do the following problems, like a parameter passing using a string, or else getting the output wherein it will help me to find the position in the string, so of the leftmost vowel. So you know about the vowel and consonants, I hope you remember. Okay, So next practical what we will do is design an XML document to store the information and validate it. Okay. So what we will validate is regarding USN, the name of the college, the program what he is attending in, the year of joining, when he joined the particular course, and his respective email ID. Okay. So here we will create a style sheet that will help me to display certain buttons, and with the click of each button we will get the output. Okay, that is what we are going to design. Basically we are using here an XML. XML means what? It is meant for validating and see that what we are validating, it is a very authentic information. Okay, right. So next practical what we will do is we will write a PHP program to keep track of number of visitors. So how many visitors came to visit us. So it might be either a website, or it might be either your own building. Okay. So here we will display the count of visitors with the proper headings. Okay, right. So next example what we will do is we will write a PHP program to display the digital clock. So this displays a time, the current time of the server, what server we are using. Okay, right. So the next code what we will write is a PHP program to sort the student records, so which are stored in the database. So it means what? I am going to connect my web page with the database, and I need to access the student records from the database. So again we are using the JDBC here. I hope you know about something about the JDBC, that is Java Database Connectivity. Okay, so here we are using PHP programming, so there will be a quite a different set of code you can observe other than normal core JDBC program. Okay, we will experience definitely within the fourth module. Thank you. So the next program what we will discuss is we will write a PHP program to do the following, like implement simple calculator operations. That is what already in the first questionnaire we saw. So find the transpose of a matrix, like you know about transpose of matrix, you already learned in your mathematics subject. So multiplication of two matrices and addition of two matrices. Fine, already this is been done. We will implement the same with the code. Okay, right. So next practical what we will do is we will write a PHP program named states.py. Okay, .py means what? It is a Python programming here. Python programming, like a Python program file we are using. Okay, so we are using a Python programming an IDE like PyCharm probably. Okay, so wherein we will write a Python program wherein we will include a PHP code, and we will do the following. Okay, here we are doing searching a word of variable states that ends with XAS. So we will take one random what is that, some string. So within the string we will search a variable, like any variable, whether it is present or not. Okay, and we will store that in the list. Okay, so further same thing we will do with some other different words. We will search that, and we will keep on entering those within the list. So this is the program, right? So these are the number of possible list of practicals what we will go with. Okay, so right, so